or under before he notices? How many yassos can we do before he notices?
Ooh.
Verbally notices, because he may notice at some point, but he may not point it out. Right, he may not point it out, so he has to verbalize it. Let's say like 4.5.
I was gonna go much higher number than that.
Think so?
Yeah, because I
tend to do a voice when I do. I don't know if you were doing a voice with it, but it changes. I notice a shift when I do it.
Yeah, so
I hear it too. I guess so. Yeah.
I guess if we're doing a voice, I guess the question is, will he do it just from hearing us do it?
Oh, and does that count as acknowledging?
Yeah. Like, if we just say yasso like 4 times and he just starts saying yasso like without having any
idea. I can see that. That's a realistic possibility.
That's power suggestion. And it's just him vibing with the group, and it's one of those things. Either he just forgot the reference and he'll figure it out eventually, or he's gonna fake it till he makes it.
Yeah, because I don't know. It was mentioned, but it wasn't really pointed out.
Right.
So
it kind of reminds me of the time that Julio, we were at work. And he's like, "What do you call these thousands of little things on the bushes here? Leaves? Leaves!" And, he's just doing the My Cousin Vinny thing. And I was like, "Oh my God, what movie is that from? I can't remember." And he made me twist in the wind for like a week until I just happened to watch My Cousin Vinny.
Oh.
And I was free because I figured it out from there. But yeah, if I hadn't sat down to watch My Cousin Vinny that day, like I would have been stuck forever on that whole thing.
I've had those happen a few times.
He was straight doing the whole break me off a piece of that fancy feast.
Right. That's exactly what it was. You got fancy feasted.
Chrysler car.
I don't understand why they don't play Pritchard more. Like, put him in, coach.
Oh, I should put that game on.
The kid fucking hits buckets. You put him in there for like 2 minutes, he had 3 points.
Yeah, that's
and
more
you take him back out.
That's 1.5 points a minute, bro.
Like,
there isn't a coach in the league. That's why I don't know. Udoka is an okay coach. What do you think of old Devin Ham as the new Liquors head coach?
Not a fan because Darvin Ham. So,
what did I say?
Devin.
I've heard it both ways.
I remember him. Shut up. I remember him. I can't remember the college he went to, but I first noticed him in the college dunk contest back when that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was fucking throwing down some dunks. And then so I was like, okay, when this guy gets in the league, he's gonna win the dunk contest. He didn't win it, but he was in it. And I feel like, oh, my video froze. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I feel like the year that he was in it, like it was somebody that we would know.
James Flight White
maybe won it. Finishing a phone call, be on at 7:45. Go on, get out of here, kid.
Get out of here. You're bothering me.
Who does that? Who the fuck said that shit? Okay, now I'm gonna look it up. Darvin Ham dunk contest.
I would say that James White is the most impressive college dunker I've ever seen in my life.
Who?
James White from Cincinnati.
Okay.
I'll find some. He did. I think it was a windmill from the free throw line.
Oh, he lost to Kobe. That's why.
Oh. I guess that would have been like the All-American dunk contest. That's on an episode of Cheap Seats.
So Darvin Ham was in the college dunk contest.
Oh, he's early.
Hey, I forgot my headphones, so I gotta go. I'm here, but I got the head. Yeah.
Okay. Did you watch the Norm Macdonald thing?
Yeah.
He had these same exact headphones, and I was like, "Those are my headphones."
Like Norm.
Oh, he's dead.
Dude,
I didn't even know he was sick.
Yeah. The one thing he said that like really hurt is when he was like, "Yeah, I'm more." It is what do doctors know? They say things to you like you're more a parasite than host. What does that even mean? Anyway, what was I talking about? It's just like he would have those moments.
Right.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk.
Yeah. So I didn't finish it because I had a headache, and every time I laughed, I mean, I was laughing way too much. I'm like, dude, I can't finish this. I'm laughing way too much, and now my head hurts.
I wasn't
Extra.
so much laughing. I was very much appreciating, but I wasn't like laughing out loud. But I was definitely like,
Oh, I laughed out loud quite a few times.
well, I don't laugh out loud all the time.
I do.
That's fair.
I do.
Yeah,
I laugh out loud the middle amount between both of you.
that's true.
I typed in James White, and the third option was James White free throw line dunk. It's like his thing.
Oh.
James White between the legs from the free throw line.
I'm sure I've seen him dunk. I just don't remember.
I want the one. Yeah, here it is. I remember I used to be up late night watching this shit, like late night ESPN, when I'd be up here visiting my mom because she had cable, and then I would just like sit and watch the college dunk contest at fucking 2 a.m. on ESPN2, and then like, you know, Johnny Lipper out of Marist is in the 3-point contest, and all of a sudden like, well, who the fuck is that guy? Like, and I thought it was Marist High School out of Eugene. Because I was a dumb kid. Well,
James Flight White. Now that I see Flight, I remember him.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He's my favorite college dunker.
That's like a baseball level favorite right there.
Though it's like, well,
obscure.
I mean, it's a whole genre of basketball. It's like it stopped in the early 2000s because everyone got serious about only going to the pros.
Only the pros.
College is just the thing that you had to do between high school and the pros.
Yeah.
Because
you can tell it's old video because in the background there was an ad for Sega Genesis.
Love the Sega Genesis.
Dude, yeah, I just remember watching that shit. And like, let's see, what else would I watch? Like Celebrity Deathmatch.
Of course.
Has anybody watched the Sega Genesis versus Nintendo thing? I think it's on Hulu.
Console Wars?
Something like that.
On Paramount Plus?
Is that what it was on? Yeah, I started it and I was like, this is cool.
I'll have to watch that.
I saw it between starting Paramount Plus and making it down to the offer to continue on that show, and it was on one of those.
Like I had watched.
Yeah,
it, so
continue watching type thing. Yeah. And so Console Wars.
Yeah.
Oh my God, today is gonna be the most annoying podcast recording we've ever had.
Why? Is your wife there?
No, I have 5 cats in my house, and 4 of them are trying to fight the 5th one.
Oh, that happened last week. It was all good.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was good content. It's content, Alex.
Yeah, so.
Fucking hate this shit.
So how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Huh?
No, I'm good. Today is a rough day. I was fucking hung over.
Why were you so hung over?
I drank a whole bunch. Is my microphone not working? I don't know.
What?
Why do you keep saying huh? I don't get the joke.
Don't worry about it.
Good job.
Oh man.
I'm scared to ask a question now because of the reflex.
It's just sitting there like, well, fuck these cats.
Fuck these cats over here.
Yeah. My cheeks hurt.
Oh, that's some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
Get it. You gotta believe. Products.
Dude, Go Ducks. I am straight up lead Tasso right now. I can give 2 months of premium Spotify to anybody right now for free. Anybody want 2 months of free premium Spotify?
I got Apple Musics.
All right. Alex.
I've already paid for my premium Spotify.
All right. Well, shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck me, right?
Give
Good
it to
box
somebody
out.
else.
What's the score?
I don't know. 80.
Huh?
Holy shit, 82-80. What just happened? I was not paying attention. The score changed a lot since Alex got on here. The Warriors are making a comeback.
Well,
and now they're in the lead because nobody guards Steph Curry.
Oh, I hate it when they do that.
The dude's got 4 fouls and he's just playing the whole time. They're like, fuck it. If he fouls out, he fouls out. We'll go from there.
If he dies, he dies.
Exactly. Now he's guarding Al Horford, which should be good.
Al Hereford, like the cow.
Oh, that's a foul. Oh, but he'd switched back. It wasn't Curry.
Stephanie Hardaway.
uh
One of the worst things about playing NBA 2K is that, like, for the classic players, they only have a couple different lines of dialogue about them. So, like, when Aaron and I play, we have our teams. And so he was telling me that every time he played with Anthony Hardaway, they would tell the story of how he became Penny because his grandma was trying to say pretty, but she was unable to say pretty, so she called him Penny. And so every time he played with Penny Hardaway as his point guard,
I gotta hear that story.
he had to hear that story, and he's like, "Oh my god! After 29 games, I could not take it anymore."
I traded him.
I traded him. I just got used to playing with him, and I traded him. Oh, I'm trying to find a good lyric for Alex today.
Oh shit!
I'll put that anywhere.
Meow.
It's fucking
goddamn cats.
Goddamn cats. You know who are the worst? Cats.
Now, you know how many cats I have? 0.
Yeah, your mom has, like, quite possibly the ugliest cat I've ever seen.
Harry?
Yeah, it's an ugly cat.
No, he's not.
With the smush face.
The only problem is like he's got like British teeth.
Yeah.
I guess.
It looks like he got enough.
Can't blame the cat for being from fucking England.
It looks like he got his face rubbed into the concrete all the way home.
Isn't that what that kind of cat is like?
I don't know, what kind of cat is that?
The smush face cat.
Persian?
No, it's not Persian.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen a cat like that.
Fancy Feast cat.
Oh, it's a Fancy Feast cat.
Breed.
See, all you had to say was a Fancy Feast cat. I know what the Fancy Feast cat looks like. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's an ugly cat.
Yeah, it's a Persian. They all look like that.
Oh, I was thinking of Siamese. We are Siamese. Please.
I haven't seen that fucking movie in forever.
I watched
the Aristocrats. I've seen.
Dude. That reminds me about this. There was a family that went in to go see a talent scout.
Oh man!
And the husband says, "Let me tell you about our act."
I need to watch that again. That was a good one.
What, Aristocats?
Aristocrats.
Oh.
I heard that Adam Sandler's new movie on Netflix is really good.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
from Robin? Was he the one who said that?
I haven't watched it, but I mean, I heard that a while ago.
Who did I?
Hustle?
Ooh. Yeah.
Hustle?
Someone else told me that today, that it's very good.
Is it Julio? Because he's the one who told me.
Yes.
Could have been Bill Clinton.
I said I'll give it a look-and-see, so it's definitely from Julio.
There you go. Yay.
Yay!
Woo.
The first episode of The Boys, season 3, fucked.
So good though.
It was so fucked. Oh my god.
What happened? Somebody die?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He got like
So-
he got like inverse Thanos, like
Yeah.
the whole theory of having Ant-Man go up his butt.
Yeah.
Imagine a guy going up your dick hole
Yeah.
the dick
and then
hole.
sneezing.
Oh.
And then he can't control being very tiny because he
Cha!
sneezed.
Mm.
So he life-sized from inside.
Exploded his yeah.
Whole body.
Just he gone.
So the whole body got exploded. It just happened. The epicenter happened to be the shaft.
The shaft. That cat shaft is one bad mother.
Shut your
I'm
mouth.
just wondering, like, I mean, it was right in a sexual situation.
When I get that feeling, I need
I get,
sexual
I
healing.
mean, I get that
baby.
character was
It's
clearly at
goodness.
least bisexual, if not completely gay. So like,
Yeah.
jizz doesn't
Healing,
bother him, but I still
baby.
don't think that I want to be jizzed out of a dude's dick. Like, that still just seems like awkward, even if you are
Ugh.
gay.
Yeah. I don't. I
Because he
think
was
most
in
of them
in
are
the
gay.
dick and trying to get the guy off, and if he would have succeeded, which it has implied he has done before, that means
Yeah.
that he's part of the shotgun blast coming out.
Yeah.
Blech, blech.
So basically, The Boys is the Anthony Jeselnik of superheroes.
Yeah, have you not watched any of the boys?
I watched like an episode and it didn't strike me.
No,
Oh.
watch all of them.
Yeah,
No,
it's really,
You'll
really
be
good.
struck several times.
Yeah. It's good. I don't know. It's good enough that I would tell the listener, I liked it, you should see it. It's also, but it's not anything so unbelievably life-changing that I'm gonna like rant how Jake has to see it. Oh my god. Like whatever. It's entertaining. I like Carl Urban as Billy Butcher. He's hilarious.
He's pretty good.
Got fucking what's his name? Dennis Quaid's kid in it. He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid,
Randy, is it no, isn't that the brother?
Dave Quaid.
Jason Quaid or something.
Jack
Jack,
Quaid is
yes,
his
that's
kid's
it.
name.
Yep.
Jack
John
that's
Quaid.
yes.
Jonathan Quaid.
And then
Well,
fucking
and-
Starlight's hot as hell. She's like the
Yeah.
white, literally she reminds me of like white Selena Gomez.
That's fair.
That's
Betty Ann is like in the first episode.
Oh,
She
she's
gets
hot.
she gets killed in like the first 10 seconds.
yeah. Pretty yeah. And then one guy gets exploded because they shove C4 up his ass. And he explodes.
I don't remember that.
That's how they get rid of translucent in like the second episode or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They shove the C4. What's the thing when they put the capsule in your butt? What's that called? The C4. I want to say enema, but that's not what I'm talking about. The
Suppository.
suppository. Yeah,
Yeah.
C4 suppository.
C4
fucking-
Suppository is a great pre-show name.
yeah. And then you find out that like the Aquaman equivalent like actually like fucks fish and whales and dolphins and stuff. Like he's a legitimate like marinophile. I don't know what that would be called. Aquaphile.
Probably one of those.
But yeah, it's good.
It's very good.
Very good.
Yeah, it's definitely not a show for people that get offended easily.
That's true.
If you get offended, don't watch
watch
The
it.
Boys, like
Don't.
at
Mhm.
all.
Lots of dicks.
Yeah, like
Especially actually a lot of one dick in a very specific part of the show.
did you see that they made like a life size? That was a practical effect of him climbing into that dick.
I did not know that.
So they took it to the premiere. They had the prop.
Just the
premiere,
giant
mhm.
dick.
Uh-huh. If that tells you anything, like that's the type of people they are, and I'm okay with it. It's funny to me.
I mean, after watching Jackass 4.5, I think I've seen enough.
Did you watch
Dicks.
4 yet? Because
No,
it's
I
on
haven't-
Paramount.
I have not seen 4 yet, but
Four starts with Dick.
yeah. Just dicks.
There's
What
so
was
many
it?
dicks in
So many dicks.
4.
There's scorpions stabbing
Easily the most dick I've ever seen in
The
a movie.
Godzilla dick thing is hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's how they. Isn't that what they start the movie?
That's how
with?
they open the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw the behind the scenes, but
Yeah.
like they start the whole movie with that, and it's funny.
Saw a guy get his testicle ruptured.
Oh my god!
I saw the behind the scenes on that one. That was part
Yeah.
4.5. They talk about that. I was like, oof.
I sent Robin a TikTok today of the guy them trying to make him drop all the root beer floats.
Oh yeah.
The
Poopsie.
yeah, went to go step down the
Poopies.
stairs, and the stairs
Yeah.
failed, and he just landed.
He's just
And
like, hey, these stairs aren't very good. Like dropped one. I dropped
Yeah.
one of those. They're trying
Dude.
to get him.
I fucking hate Poopies because like he's that guy who's probably so cool to hang out with and everything, but like he just gets to do that. Like that's just his existence now, is just being Poopies with Doja Cat. Like fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just some fucking surfer bro looking douchebag who's just like, yeah, man, you can punch me in the balls. Oh,
Guess so.
I get $1 million? Cool.
Like, hey, Bam Margera's not going to be in this. Do you want to?
He was like, yeah. And they were like, could you maybe drink just slightly less than Bam Margera does? And he was like, I think I could agree to those terms.
Will you show up to work on time?
No.
That's
Will
like
you show up? Will you show up to work? Yes. Okay. Step in the right direction, boys.
Yeah.
I might not be there on time, but I will be there.
like, oh, good, he's here. Like, I also like that they did the Family Guy Bee Bush.
Right.
That was pretty
When you
good.
said that, I forgot that was a thing from Family Guy until you were like, no, they did it on Family Guy. I was like, they did?
They did.
And then I had to think.
I hate you, bees. I hate you, bees. I hate you, bees.
My favorite. I like in the behind the scenes of 4.5 where, like, in between actually shooting things, there's like an equal amount of jackassery and people just being bitches, but also like legitimate movie set professionalism of like, all right, everybody in their spot, everybody shut the fuck up, here we go, and act. You know what I like?
Yeah.
There are these brief moments that even though they're filming fucking that fat Zach guy get drug over people, you know, as a baseball, it's like, this is the most ridiculous thing that's ever been filmed. But shut the fuck up and don't ruin this take. Ready? And go.
That's exactly it.
And then once the stunt's over, they're like, okay, and commence the dipshittery. Let's go.
Shenanigans.
Everybody start laughing like an idiot. Steve-O, start dying. Johnny Knoxville, sunglasses on.
Always.
It's like I want to be the guy whose his thing is just he wears sunglasses inside, like LP and fucking Johnny Knoxville. It's like they just always have their sunglasses on.
Ted, freaking Jason Sudeikis posted a picture with LP the other day.
Yeah.
Apparently LP has lost like a fucking Killer Mike's worth of weight. I didn't recognize him at all. I was like, it's no longer Run the Jewels. There's just one. They have one jewel left.
They already ran.
They're running. They're running already.
It's Marathon the Jewels.
Exactly. Marathon the Jewels. Nice.
That's an extended run.
Like a 9-story arc on The Wire.
A 9-story arc on The Wire.
Entourage.
All right, man. Are you ready for a good ass show?
Entourage.
Yeah. So.
Yes, sir.
Huh? What?
All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And he used to smoke to get high. Now he smokes to get vibes. Used to tote the semi. Still totes a semi. Used to walk a thin line. Now he's walking chin high. It's that guy over there.
Boom, it's me, it's Alex. They brought me back again because they're weird. And as always, I'm introduced by the best to ever do it. That guy right over there or there, depending on where he is on your screen.
One of the
It
ways.
Could be either's.
Me, it's one take Jake back in the saddle again. Jewish Hamilton. We are joined by the third man in the booth. He's the head proprietor of Red Arrow Deep South, and also the YouTube channel where we're starting to see some traction. We appreciate y'all jumping on there. I've seen some.
We got views?
We're getting
Oh,
views.
Shit, son.
Yeah, starting to get some views on there.
Views.
And we're not talking Drake, but yeah, it's Robin.
Goddamn right it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very good. It's very good.
What's up, boys?
Oh, it's a day of celebration, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
oh, cat fight's about to happen. Ready?
Now
Oh.
fight.
Yeah, turn the camera.
Hopefully
Let's see
you'll
it.
hear. Well, I don't.
Fight.
I don't know if I can. The black one coming at the orange one. Let's see. I'm trying to
Why
Yeah,
does it
right
gotta
there,
be
perfect.
black?
What?
because
Yeah.
that's the color of his fur.
Ooh, Chan Lee.
Come on.
Come on, kitty. Get his ass. I just wanted to just smack the
Get his
shit out of him.
ass.
Come on. He's not gonna
Yeah.
do it. Now that I brought it up, they're cool.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Come on.
Nope, he's gonna lay down. He's not even gonna do it.
Nope.
Thanos.
It's moving forward. Nope. This is an attack. This is an attack.
Thanos is not
This is
gonna
this is
do it.
Wild America. We see here
Oh,
the
nope,
wild
that's it.
six-toe. Oh, it's creeping. Nope, sitting down.
He's sitting down.
Boom.
Creeping straight into a nap.
Yeah.
Fan toes, letting us all down.
From slap to nap in one little lay down.
From snap to nap, or from slap to nap is the name of this episode.
There it is. It's a front runner. Here we go. The early lead. Speaking of leads, what's the score?
94-89. 95-89. Boston's up.
From Boston.
From
Hey,
Boston.
Speaking of leads, the Colorado Avalanche have a 4-0 series lead against the Edmonton Oilers.
They brought out the brooms.
They brought the brooms, babies.
Brought the brooms.
In pretty epic fashion.
Yeah, at one point wasn't it 3-1? I remember
It was
checking.
3-1 and 4-2.
Yeah, I remember seeing 3-1 and being like, this might be tough, boys.
Yeah, they scored. Edmonton scored 3 in the second, and then Colorado came out and scored a goal in like the first 30 seconds, and then they scored again 4-2. Then Colorado scored 3 straight to go up 5-4. Then with 3 minutes to go in the game, Edmonton scored to tie it, and then 40 seconds into overtime, Arturi Lehkonen got the puck. Like it was almost a high stick, but the puck was at the level of his shoulder, so he knocked it down.
The refs were like, "Oh shit!"
They're like, "Oh, he did do that." And I was watching it on Canadian TV, and so they I don't know if they showed this for the TNT broadcast, but they're like, "All right, so here's what's going to happen. We need to see where his shoulders are," and they just put this red line on the screen where his shoulders are, and the puck is right just immediately under it. Like, okay, well, that settles it. Good goal. Nothing. There's no controversy.
There's nothing. Nothing to argue now.
They're like, because it didn't go immediately in the net and he resettled it, it's not a high stick.
Nailed it.
So pretty
Good
epic.
Lord.
Now they're waiting for the Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning to figure it out.
Figure it out. That's what I said. I said figure it out.
Yeah, so we're just waiting. It's going to be at least 6 games to decide a winner, maybe 7. I'm hoping for 7. But the Rangers are fucking around, man. Like they were up 2-0 with a big lead, and
They had it. Yeah.
They had it and they choked like the Jamaican bobsled team in the middle of Cool Runnings. You were ready and you choked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So it's hockey season. Playoffs are here. It's the Stanley Cup final.
Jim Rome style, just brr, brr, in the background as we talk about it. Brr,
I heard
brr.
I was listening to the old Dan Patrick show the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and they were saying that it initially started the first person to have a horn was an owner. I can't remember what team it was, but he liked the sound of the horn on his yacht, and so he had them blow it, have one of those installed in the arena and blow it when they scored a goal.
I like it. And then the Ducks were like, "Hey, I wonder how that would work for football."
And it
The
did.
same thing.
It was amazing.
They need to do it for basketball every point. It's just Morse code through the game.
It just lets go Ducks in horn. Detonator. Jim, are you holding a detonator?
Oh, I'm so nervous about these cats.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay.
Gonna be all right.
It's like when someone finds out that you have too many cats, they think you would be willing to cat sit my cat then. And then
Have you tried this new thing called No?
yes, I do it all the time. It's like just because you have 4 cats doesn't mean that they're going to get along with a 5th cat.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think
the
that's
logic
a good
there
idea
doesn't-
ever.
Like,
I don't. Like, if I had a cat and I needed it house sit, I would look for somebody that doesn't have a cat. Because I don't want, like, they just don't always mingle.
They're like,
Right.
all right, colonizer.
Sometimes they're cool with it, most of the time not. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, well, yeah, so.
Have you guys been watching Obi-Wan?
Maybe.
I've watched the first 3, so I think the episode that came out
The one
today
yeah.
I have not watched. But I've
I
watched
don't
the
know.
3 preceding.
Today's is good.
Is
Today's
it?
is good.
If I watched it, it hasn't made an impression on me yet.
You haven't watched it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I
think it's really
worst
good.
case scenario, the impression it would make on Jake, he would know because he would say kid actors suck. He would hate child actors, and that would be his opinion of the show thus far. And if he doesn't have that opinion, it means he has not watched the show yet.
Do you not
That's
like
true.
the girl that's playing Leia?
But the internet certainly doesn't. Like Reddit.
Who the fuck is the internet?
Like,
The internet is where people
I don't know
talk
what you
shit
just
about
said,
movies and share
kid.
pornography.
The fucking yeah, like Reddit is freaking out about how like apparently bad she is. Like she's no fucking Oscar
She's
award winner, but
10.
she's like 10 years old. Like, get over it.
Calm your tits, old dudes that sit
some
there by
creepy
yourself
guy-
in your
yeah,
mom's
some creepy
basement.
guy
Get
behind
the
a
fuck
camera.
out of here.
And like the big one that got torn apart was it's the first episode or whatever. Spoiler alert for Jake. She gets kidnapped at one point, and
What?
she's like running away from grown adults, and she like outruns them for a few minutes on screen before ultimately
To
getting
be
caught.
fair,
To be
one of them
fair.
is Flea from
Is
Red
he?
Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Really? I didn't know that.
And the whole time he's like, give it away, give it away, give it away.
And he
now.
did. He was giving it away.
He was giving
just,
it away.
like, not
But
catching.
she's like outrunning these people, and like I was like, they needed to shoot this scene better because it is very clear that those adults are jogging.
It's
like-
the classic kid running to the end zone.
Yeah.
Don't tackle him.
Oh no, what are we gonna do? And then like, yeah, she jumps over a tree and guy trips, and then she turns a corner and bad guy, and she gets caught. But it was like, other than that particular scene, which I put that on the director, like just film it better. Like, and I mean literally pick a better place to put your camera to film it, that you can't tell that this little girl is sprinting for her life, and this 28-year-old in makeup is like, I guess I'll jog a little slower.
He's got the T1000 problem when he was running.
Exactly. Like,
Ran too efficient. I'm sure you know that, Alex.
We talked about it on here.
Yeah.
He
For
ran
those
too
in the
fast.
stories in the archive,
catching him on the dirt bike.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
It
because
really is.
what's his name? Furlong wasn't comfortable enough on the dirt bike to ride the dirt bike as fast as it should have been ridden in the parking garage. So Robert Patrick was fucking catching him. They were like,
which makes a
shit.
great visual.
Yeah, it's awesome. It makes perfect sense. He's a fucking robot.
Right.
He should be catching a dirt bike.
He's a robot.
It's like in that instance, cool. In Star Wars Obi-Wan,
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but
That's
the rest of
right.
it is fine. Like, it's actually really entertaining. Obi-Wan struggling with the shit that Obi-Wan is struggling with is like,
It makes sense.
yeah, it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
he's still torn up about fucking Anakining. He's still wrestling with the Force and whether or not like, oh no.
So
it's good.
I'm gonna minor spoiler ish.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Did you find it weird that Obi-Wan seemingly didn't know Vader was alive or Anakin was alive?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of like, I guess I could understand that Obi-Wan would assume Anakin had died, but I didn't think the reveal that Anakin was alive should have been as shocking as it was portrayed.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
he should have been like, Anakin survived, and he would be like, technology exists that would probably keep a dude alive, so that makes sense, but it sucks.
Shouldn't he have a connection to Anakin through
See,
the
and
Force?
that was my thought. I was like, how does he not know? He should have known.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
it's
that's
possible.
What like that's the first thing I thought. It's like,
But
how
by
did you not
that
know?
same logic, Anakin should have known that Padme had twins inside her stomach. Like, he should have been able to been like, oh yeah, there's fucking two of them in there.
There's two. But at the same time, is it possible, and I know less about Star Wars than I probably should, but is it possible that because Anakin has become Darth Vader, his presence in the Force is like, I'm going to use the term frequency, like he's a different
shifted,
Force.
yeah.
No,
So
right.
no,
Obi-Wan could have
because they Obi-Wan recognizes Vader's Force in Episode 4,
which happens after this show where he's confused.
Yeah.
So by the time A New Hope happens,
we're setting the precedent that the good and evil, the good and dark, light and dark side of the Force can feel one another.
Right, but what I'm saying is Darth Vader feels different than Anakin Skywalker to Obi-Wan. So he doesn't necessarily recognize Darth Vader's presence as former Anakin, is what I'm
almost like getting a new cell phone number. Like,
new phone,
the same phone,
yeah,
but it's a different number.
Right.
This Vader now.
And so that's what I'm saying. And like, I'm hypothesizing. I have no idea if that's... Yeah,
New Force who
yeah,
dis. Name of this episode.
That's the name of this episode. But that's what I'm saying is that a potential... I don't know if there's canon to suggest that...
Featuring Doja Cat.
Shit, I don't know. Whatever.
No, I think that makes perfect sense in a fantasy world that doesn't exist. So, I mean, who fucking cares?
In a galaxy far, far away.
I mean, like,
a long time ago, actually.
Yeah, it already happened. So,
I enjoy getting to come home from work today and play some Lego Star Wars for lunch.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Wait,
Nice.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Because the snap was just right, whatever, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and I was like,
yeah, you can't watch a lot of movie.
I knew because you were talking about it yesterday, and I don't know if you said it to everybody.
I don't know if I did. That game is a lot of fun.
I've heard good things.
Like, and it's one of those deals where I might consider getting the Harry Potter Lego games.
See, I have the Harry Potter ones, and I got bored with them, but maybe you would like them. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know the story, and I would be playing it basically for the story.
It definitely follows the story.
Maybe I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, they're not very expensive either.
Yeah, I think, like, especially if you get them on one of the super duper sales, they're like
$15 for the Harry Potter collection.
I got the Pirates of the Caribbean Lego game for I think $4.99.
See, I'm gonna all of a sudden I'm gonna get like into all these Lego games now.
Right?
Oh no, I just wanted that one. I've always wanted. I've liked the Lego games from long ago, but I never played the Pirates one. So $5, I was like, fucking throw it on there.
I've mostly played the Batman ones.
Oh, nice.
Those are the ones we
first try.
Mm-hmm. Man, Draymond Green needs to be called for more fouls. Fuck.
Draymond Green needs to be called for leaving the league.
Just stop. I'm so annoyed with most of his picks or fighting through picks are not basketball moves, and the refs seem to just look away. They're like, nah, it's Draymond.
That's how he plays.
It's like when Rodman was on the Bulls, and they're like, it's Dennis. Just let him do what he's gonna do.
Just
But,
let
yeah,
him
what-
get 30 rebounds and no points. It's fine.
He doesn't care about points. Points are for other people.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 107.96. 5:51 left in the fourth quarter. Boston is up. That's what I'm talking about.
Man,
I did not care about who won this year's finals at all. Similar to last year, I didn't give a shit because who cares?
Yeah.
And then I think it was either Dan Patrick or Maggie and Perloff that brought up just the idea that if Curry got a championship before Kevin Durant and then is able to get a championship after Kevin Durant, it just completely like nullifies Kevin Durant's legacy as a basketball player. And I was, as soon as that concept was put into my brain, I was like, let's go Dubs. Like, I got nothing against the Celtics. I like Jason Tatum as a player and all of that. Like, cool. I like the legacy of the franchise and shit. But in this instance, I'm just anti KD. I fucking hate Kevin Durant. He's the worst. And
specifically, what's your beef with Kevin Durant?
That he's just the whiniest little piece of shit baby in the entire league. Like, I couldn't. They didn't
even
like.
more so than Russell Westbrook.
Yes, because Kevin Durant has been busted with burner Twitter accounts trying to defend himself online. Like, at least Westbrook is smart enough to switch accounts properly. Like, like. When someone's like, KD sucks, and then KD responds with his blue check and is like, no, I don't, and then responds to that with his same blue check and goes, yeah, man, he's right. You're like, dude, you got to switch accounts, bro. You got to go to the icon and then hit switch and then pick the other burner account and then log it and then tweet. Like,
it's okay to have a burner account. We all do it.
But like, for him to be at like, him and James Harden are the two whiniest pieces of shit in the history of the
Ben
sport.
Simmons.
I would say Chris Paul is up there.
Chris Paul's a real whiner.
Ben Simmons for sure.
But Chris Paul backs it up by being a fucking legit basketball player. Kevin Durant sucks and he's hurt all the time.
What about Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie's just fucking crazy, but nobody's calling Kyrie the greatest player in the league. Like, people are like, Kevin Durant is the best player in the league right now. No, he's not.
No one has ever said Kevin Durant's the best player in the league.
Dude, ESPN says it all the time. When he was with the Warriors, he was the best player available in the league. It was that anti-LeBron. We were tired of him.
No, Kevin Durant. All right, it's hot take time.
I love it.
He's been the best scorer for a while, but I would not call him the best
the whole
player.
league is scoring now. If you're the best scorer, then you're the best player.
Giannis
here's a Jake No Prisoners warm up. So Kevin Durant has been number 2 his entire life, and he can't deal with it. From the time he got drafted behind Greg Oden, to the time he had to go to the Warriors to win a championship and be a number 2. And then he ended up on another team where he ended up as a number 2. He has never been the leader of a team.
I love it.
When he played for Oklahoma City, the leader of that team was Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant was a lethal scorer, but he was not the guy that you wanted to go to in the clutch moments of the game. He would not make that shot, and he would not make the stop against LeBron James. Kevin Durant has always been the second best player in the league, whether it was behind LeBron James, and now he's behind Giannis Antetokounmpo. And he might be third. If LeBron James had not been injured this year and actually played a full year with some legitimate players on his team, LeBron James would have been the second best player in the league.
I still put LeBron at 2.
Yeah, so Kevin Durant has never been the best
30
player in the league.
37
he
years old.
will never be the best player in the league, and it eats him up inside.
Good.
And that is what bothers Kevin Durant.
And that's why I want Steph Curry to win a championship without him, because fuck you, KD. Fuck KD. I hate him and James Harden the most. I hate him the most.
See, I can't. I mean, I would probably enjoy the Warriors if Draymond Green didn't play for them.
Yeah.
It's like throwing a pickle into the gallon of milk. I don't fucking want to eat that.
Throwing a pickle into anything.
Or drink the milk. It's all ruined now.
My chocolate milk is ruined.
It's gone. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, so
I didn't specifically say chocolate. Why'd you say chocolate? Just because never mind.
Because they're basketball players. Cut that.
Cut that. Leave it in.
Leave it in.
But yeah, he's just the fucking worst. And when the playoffs come around, the playoffs, they tend to allow more contact, which to Draymond means, oh, cool, I can foul more people, and they're not going to eject me as often.
I can kick guys in the nuts, and they're not going to do anything. They were talking about that and how he
he's just a dick.
Yeah. Do you consider whether or not he has? Do you consider whether or not he has a technical foul when you're going to call a play for a second technical foul?
Because they do.
And I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
If it's if it would have been his first technical foul, it should be his second technical foul.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
Yeah.
But speaking of playoffs, and the lead tassoing continues.
Oh,
believe.
Okay. Believe.
Refuse to lose.
Yeah.
Refuse to lose. The cardiac kids were at it again. God damn it. So inside me there are 2 lions. I need to go see a doctor because the recommended amount of lions in your body is 0. But one of them doesn't want to do baseball anymore. And the other one really likes winning. And there's a war going on inside I ain't safe from. And so I spend the entire day going, I don't want to go. If we lose today, it's over and I'm done. If we lose today, it's over and I'm done. And I get there, I'm like, let's fucking win this thing, guys. Let's go.
Let's go win ourselves a fucking ship.
Let's go win ourselves. Let's put one in the water, boys. Anyway, so we get there and we're playing the same team that
cheated with their pitcher.
Yeah, them.
Okay.
Those
fucking belly itchers.
Yeah, the belly itchers.
Non-consecutive pitching users.
Yeah.
NCP. There's nothing there.
It's almost as great as my hashtag from the Lumberjack Show. It's just
dude, that's the best. I love that hashtag so much. It's so funny. Anyway, so they put in their best kid, and we get a couple off of them, and they're like, "Oh, fuck that." Okay, so they pull him after 1 inning, and every parent in the stands clocked that they pulled their pitcher after the first inning, and as I'm walking back out there, okay, what number was that? Who was that? That was number 5, right? I was like, yeah, number 5. Okay, number 5 will not be pitching again in this game. Make sure you know number 5. It's number 5. Okay, and I'm just like, I got it. It's number 5. Believe me, if anyone here is gonna make sure they don't try that tomfoolery again, it's me.
Oh, I would have spun around and been like, wait, 15? No, 5. Okay, 15. 50. 5, never pitching again. They're like, no, 5. Coach, it's 5.
Just 1-5? 1-5. 15, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, will not pitch again for 5 more innings. I understand. Not
number 1, not gonna pitch. Anyway, so we play this team and we're battling back and forth throughout. We have the advantage through most of the game. Go Ducks. And we have one of those hits that looks like it's gonna win. And this kid just makes an absolute legitimate Sports Center diving out over the shoulder catch. Hell of a play, kid. What are you gonna do?
Oh, so fouled out.
Haha, suck
2 points, 4 boards, 3 assists.
No impact.
Right, left.
Nice stats, no stats.
Left, right.
No stats.
Right.
Anyway, so we end up going into extra innings. And they're up first because I've won all 3 coin tosses. Because
now wait, real quick, did this game also include some sort of argument or review of the extra innings rules based on the fact that it's after 7:30, so it should be over, and the home team, one of those things that you've had in the past?
There was a review of the extra inning rules because the umpire was like,
well, I'm going to be calling some things you've probably never heard before. I've been doing this a long time, and you can argue with me.
I'm like, shut up, kid. Nobody cares this much. We're not going to argue with you. I've said it 4 times. We're not here to argue with you. You're the umpire. Make a call. Just make a call. That's all
I'm going to argue with you about how I'm not going to argue with you, because right now you're pissing me off.
Yeah. So, So the coach who I ended up getting into it with, I don't
Marvin
know.
Martian, that's the voice. I was trying to figure. Sorry to interrupt,
Marvin
but I was
Martian,
like,
yes.
what is that fucking voice he's
That's
doing?
it.
And it's just sitting there,
942
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah,
That's it.
pretty
Sorry.
close.
Sorry. Continue.
So the tubble lard looking motherfucker that I got into it with, he seemed to recuse himself from the dugout for the majority of the game, which is where he belongs in the stands with the rest of the parents. But yeah, so
Never mind.
he didn't come out to any of the coaches' meetings or any of that stuff, but so that was fun. So we get to the top of the seventh. We're in extra innings, and they push one across, and so we are down one. First kid gets on base. Second kid gets on base. They steal their way to second and third. Two back-to-back strikeouts. So we're at our last out. The kid gets to a full count. This is literally the moment you dream about in your backyard your entire life. Bases, runner on second and third, down by one.
Scoring position.
Scoring
Right.
position.
They say I'm smart.
So
No baseball.
this kid is not a good hitter. He is not we picked him last. He was our last pick. Absolutely no problem saying that, because when I saw him, I was like, if we can get this kid in the last round, we will have stolen him, because he's got a lot of raw physical ability.
Okay.
He's
One of those.
he has no idea how to play the game, but if he plays the game, he'll become a good player. And come to find out, his dad played college ball, and so he became a legitimate, he was our bench coach for the entire season, and teaching kids how to play. So and so this kid gets up, and he's one of those he's one of those mental kids. If he's in and he's locked in, he's one of the top 5 kids on the field.
Right.
But you got to get him there, or he's got to get himself there, because if he gets into a bad mood, he's just
over.
Gone, completely checked out and just gone. So, but for 2 games, he's been in my face, coming at me, and he's like, "I'm hungry for hits." I'm like, "Okay, Gage."
Boss wants to go yard.
Go off, kid. You do you. And so we're getting there.
Hungry for hits.
Hungry for hits.
A picture of Hole & Oates. A picture of Hole & Oates silhouette, and it says, "I'm hungry for hits."
Excellent. So they throw this pitch, and he loops it over the pitcher. The pitcher goes back to make, and from my perspective, I can see that there's no way this kid's making this catch. I'm like, this is what's happening. So kid on third runs home, scores. Kid comes for second and third. They try to make the play at first. They don't, and they collapse because they're upset they didn't get the out. I send the runner from third to home, and we walked off on these guys again. Twice we did it to him on an
Who's getting the scrabbly? Who's getting the
You
scrabbly?
sent us the video, and the kid who rounded third stopped.
Yeah, you
And
go.
Fucking go, kid.
Go.
Yeah, there was a moment where I'm because I give my calls quietly, because I don't want the third baseman picking up what I'm saying.
Right.
But I've been doing it all year, so I'm like, go. They know how they pick up my.
Yeah.
So I hit him with the go. I'm like, go score is my inspirational, we're gonna score a run, go score. And so he turns and there's a moment he looks back at me, and I look at him.
Right.
He looks back again. It's oh. He takes off.
Oh. You're gonna have to post that video somewhere so that everybody can see it, because it's so good.
Who's
it's it happens in slow motion.
Who's number 1 on your team?
That's Cyrus. He's one of the smallest kids in history.
Perfect, because everybody in the video, it's so awesome. These kids come running out of the dugout. Everybody's freaking out. Just walk off with RBI. Everything's great. Heck yeah. And then little number 1 just comes trotting out, just da, 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 da. That's that was the big takeaway from the video, was the kid coming to third and pausing, and that hesitation you described. And then after he goes and scores and you realize you win, apparently Cyrus, shout out Cyrus, is like, "Hey guys, I guess we won. That's pretty cool." All right.
he was as the kids say, in his feelings at that moment. He disappointed himself in his
I figured he was like, we walk off on these guys every time. This isn't even that big of a deal.
Right.
It is
Again,
true.
guys. Again, really?
We got he's like, this is the third time we beat him. Like, who cares, guys? This is how we play baseball.
Act like you've been there, guys. Act like you've been there. So how many games do you have left? If you win them all to get the ship.
I think there's 2 left.
Robin says 2.
Mhm.
Maybe 2, maybe
Yeah.
3.
It should be 2. Unless you
should
have
be.
to do like the college baseball and softball where you have to beat the team twice.
There's 1.
versus
Breaking
1.
news. The kid, one of our best pitchers is going to be available for us tomorrow.
Ah.
So,
So don't play him so you can lose and baseball can be over. Just kidding. No,
we're
just kidding.
getting the boat.
Get in the boat.
That was a funny thing. I remember, Alex, you sent me that text like a month ago when suddenly the direction of the ship changed. You just sent me a text. You're like, you're gonna win the whole fucking thing, aren't
You're gonna
you?
win the whole fucking thing, aren't you? You are going to force yourself to experience as much baseball as possible.
I have watched the Losing Edge episode of South Park like 3 times now, and all I can say is, "Do not cross the bat, Dad."
Yeah.
Oh, all the starters are out for both teams. It looks like Boston is going to be up 2-1.
From Boston.
Boston.
Oh, but also we might have a rain delay because of course we do. It's only June.
Dude, I looked at the weather and then I closed it and then I looked on MSN's main webpage and it wasn't even in the weather section. It was like the 7th
news
story for the day, and it's like I can't remember what it's something atmospheric river.
Yes.
And it just shows rain coming at the whole Pacific Northwest. I was
saw a thing.
Jake's game's not happening.
I saw a thing. Yeah, it said that the state was or Seattle was expected to get a month's worth of rain in 3 days.
Right. It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain.
Damn.
And like, meanwhile, everyone in Seattle's like, okay, so is that like a month worth for you guys or like a month for us?
Yeah. So we're gonna have some rain.
Oh,
Ready for rain?
it's very good.
It's
It's
very
very
good.
wet.
No, bad, Mr. President.
Hillary does not like to hear
That's
that.
very good. It's good when you call me bad.
Oh man, can we just get Bill Clinton on here once? Maybe
Bill
introduce him to Doja Cat. Like, I think those two would hit it off.
Bad idea.
Can we have an entire episode of our podcast where it's just Doja
It's
Cat
just those
talking
two.
to Bill Clinton? That's it. The three of us.
100%.
We have little pictures
Just sit
on
here.
the just Yep. Let them. There you go.
Yeah, come on.
Every
Once in a while, I'll do the. It's very good, and then he'll be like, "Yeah."
He'd be like, that's right, Robin. It is very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
That would.
I brought my own cigars.
No, we do not want those. This one tastes funny.
Oh man.
Is that a Cuban? No, not so much.
So much. It's from the Virgin Islands.
Not so much, if you know what I mean. All right, Mr. President.
Gross.
What was the other show I was going to ask you've been watching? Oh, I didn't know that Ms. Marvel was going to start today. Like, I saw some commercials for it the last couple days, and I was like, why are they advertising this? This is not coming out. I thought it was like end of June. And then it just showed up today when I went to try to watch Obi-Wan. I'm like, can I watch that later? Because I'm going to watch Obi-Wan first. So
I would like to watch Obi-Wan. So have you watched Ms. Marvel yet?
I did.
Is it
I
good?
watched the first episode. It wasn't terrible.
Oh, okay.
It's your typical slow start. Not really tied to anything else.
She's got the long arm thing, right?
Yeah,
Stretchy?
and it doesn't really explain how, but it kind of hints at it. And it's only one episode, And I'm sure it's going to be like a 6-episode show. So you've got an hour-ish of that stuff. And
Gotcha.
it's definitely different because she's Pakistani and their whole family is like traditional Pakistani. And she's like, but I'm American. So can't I just do American things? And, it's that typical fighting with your parents because you have different views thing.
The old coming of age story.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
So I just got the update from ESPN about the end of the Celtics game, and they didn't properly fill out the push notification. And I just sent it to you. It says 3 starters score 24 plus. The Celtics beat Warrior XXX to XXX to go up 2-1 in the finals.
Well, all right. Vin Diesel showed up, so
yeah, Vin Diesel showed up. That reminded me of the time that Oregon was playing. There was some dude who was 7'7" from this little college, and he had a super hard name to write down. And so, like, I was just gonna look it up at the end of the story instead of looking it up 8 times.
Right.
And so I just had XX, but I forgot to replace XX with.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was not.
You
not
were
a
left
good.
with one Dwigget.
They're like, oh man, XX, and I got called out for it real quick. It was like, oh, XX was great out there.
It's basically the storylines for NBA 2K, and they're just the play along player,
Right.
Whatever. XX was,
Johnny Bones.
Johnny
Bones.
Johnny Bones.
Ooh, there is UFC this weekend. I'll tell you guys about it next weekend because I didn't really look to see who's fighting, but I think Joanna, I can't remember how to say her last name, is fighting the Chinese chick who I also cannot pronounce the name of.
Is that like the Joanna Yushchik or whatever?
Yeah.
But it's spelled like Shoresy.
It's like young Jake Check or some shit.
Young Jake Check, but there's like 4 Z's, a Q, somehow
none of it
a
makes
V
sense.
and
like,
an I, and then
at least when you look at Khabib's name, you can sound it out. Nurmagomedov. Okay, that makes sense. Hers is like
Yep.
Fuck you say?
Nurmagomedov.
I don't know what you just said, little kid.
Man, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Escobar.
Local 60.
Yeah.
Is anybody cool from UFC fighting anytime soon?
Now you're gonna make me look. God,
I'm just wondering. I just thought
Bailey,
well, define who you think is cool.
Like somebody
Bales would be able to tell you right now.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
there's a lug nut.
I mean, like Conor McGregor is doing bigger, better things. He's like gone now, apparently trying to get to some crazy weight class that is probably going to destroy his career because there's no way he can make it. But like, I don't know who else is cool. Masvidal's cool. Is he going to fuck anybody up soon? Like, are they going to let fucking John Jones do cocaine and fight somebody again?
Teixeira's kind
main event. Glover Teixeira has been around for a while, and he's like 40 and finally won a belt. He's having his first title defense versus this Jiri guy who he's kind of a crazy fighter. And the 205 weight class is...
Who's the Tony guy who just like gets the shit kicked out of him and wins?
Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, is that guy fighting anybody?
He just fought
did he?
last month, and he did his famous finisher where he gets his ass kicked.
What about Balls' hot guy?
He's supposed to be fighting like next month, I think.
See, there we go. Now we're coming up on something exciting.
Yeah. But that's next month, so.
Yeah, that's a ways away. It's like Bailey's like, hey, are you gonna watch this boxing match? I'm like, I don't know who these people are. No.
It's so funny because he says that shit, and even I am like, bro. No.
Like, you're a degenerate gambler, Bailey.
Exactly. He's like, oh, so I'm picking this and this and that. I'm like, bud, stop.
Like, I got I gotta get the action. I'm like, when you gotta get the action, that's how you end up.
The action's
money.
Got you.
You end up losing money, betting money on a tennis match on a guy named Jack Sock. If you ever bet money on a guy named Jack Sock, who's a Jack Sock,
Jack.
You got a
Sock.
problem.
Yeah, don't you will lose money
Um,
betting on Jack Sock. Getting
Well-
jerk offs.
Valentina Shevchenko is fighting, but she's fighting. I mean, a chick that's 19-1, but I don't remember her.
I've been watching Paige Van Zant on AEW.
Yeah, I've been watching her on the internet, but that's about it.
That's different.
Yeah,
That's something else.
man. Ever since I mean, she's always been kind of good looking, but then when she got her boobs done, I was like, no, like
No.
pass, just no. It's like she was okay being naturally what she was, but then she got the headlights pointing to the outside, and I'm good.
No.
Point to the outside. There are definitely.
She's like Crazy Eyes with boobs.
Crazy Eyes with Boobs is the name of this episode.
Oh god.
She got the Google vision with her boobs.
She's like, oh my god. Hold on, I gotta write this down.
Yeah, Crazy Eyes with Boobs.
Did I ever tell you guys the
That's great.
story about this dude we used to make fun of at the casino? The
Deaton? Yes, you've told us the
No.
story about
But the Crazy Eyes thing is what reminded me. So, and it's UFC related. I used to go watch all the pay-per-views with a couple buddies, and there was this group of people that would always try to get this corner booth in the bar where we'd always sit. And one day they showed up there before us, and I look over there, and they've got this guy, and one eye is like looking off to South Korea, and I'm like, look at that guy's fucking Google eye. I'm gonna start calling him .com. And so I walked over there. I was like, hey, .com, you holding the seat down? And he's like, what? I was like, nothing. And just walked off.
You're like, what? Huh?
Exactly. So he's been .com forever, and ever since, you get the old Google eye, you're gonna be a .com.
You're a .com.
Yeah.
Like when I was
Feel
in
free
middle
to use that in your life.
when I was in middle school, I had a teacher who had a lazy eye, and nobody let me know. So like I didn't know that she had it, and so she just came in to teach us English one day, and she looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize you were talking to me." And like I didn't know, I wasn't ready. All I could do was stare, because this is first of all, this is the first time I've been in a classroom setting,
Right.
and second of all, like the teacher has a lazy eye, nobody else
is saying anything?
Everybody knows.
Y'all just gonna sit here and let me look like an ass?
Nobody
Alright,
told
cool.
me. Like,
Yeah. That reminds me of my first day of 7th grade. So first
you
grade
go
through
down
6th
again.
grade.
What a prick.
Oh, dang it.
Then
First
it's-
grade through 6th, I went to Tri-State Elementary, and then 7th and 8th, I went to Coffenbury Junior High. First class I have, I walk in there and I sit down, and the teacher's there, and he starts talking, and I'm like, something seems weird. He's like wobbling, and then he walks by, and he's got like this stack of like 3.5 inches extra on the one leg, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and I didn't know, and I didn't really think anything of it. He starts telling us about the class, and he swings his hand, and I swore it was like looking at a cartoon, because the one hand, it looked like it was cut off like this, and he only had 4 fingers.
I was gonna say Peter
but
Griffin style.
it looked like natural.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, you guys seeing this?
I can tell you about that.
Excuse me,
I
sir.
can
What
tell
the
you
fuck
about
is
that
wrong with your
procedure.
hand?
I can tell you about that procedure.
Fill me in here.
So what happens there is if you lose one
See
of
what
the
happened.
if you lose one of the 2 fingers, either the pinky or the ring finger, what they'll do is they'll essentially just remove the metacarpals of that finger and just pull your shit in and give you a cartoon hand.
It fucking weirded me out, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. There was also that I'm just not gonna talk about that. That's gonna border on me.
Then my high school football coach had his hand like this, where it was cut off at that. He was a one knuckler.
Oh.
Where he was just, so he had like all his fingers, but just not all the knuckles.
The old table saw.
Just
Yeah, my dad on his, I think it's his right hand, his ring finger and his pinky finger, the nails his fingernails are all fucked up. They look weird. And I grew
Oh.
up whole life, right? Dad's right. I was like, everyone's dad has 2 fucked up nails. Why wouldn't you? And I remember, like, kind of 5, 6 years old, kind of finally noticing that, like, nope, only my dad's
Just
nails
mine.
are fucked up.
Yep.
So then I did like the classic little kid thing where I came home and I was like, hey, Dad, why is your hand fucked? Like, just, obviously I didn't say fucked. I was a little kid. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
your hand's a piece of shit.
Oh
Why?
my God.
And then he just told me, yeah, it's a classic table. So I literally cut off the
Yep.
2 fingers
Mhm.
and then was able to get to a hospital. They stitched them all up, but it went through both nails, and so it's like his nails grew back all. It's like he's got like toenail fungus on his hand, but
Ah.
it's not gross. It's just like they're weird, chunky,
Right.
bulky nails. And I was like, never noticed it, never cared. Then I noticed it, suddenly cared more than anything else in the world. Dad, why are you weird? Tell me. I demand to know.
And now the table saws just stop when they touch.
Oh
people.
yeah, that technology is incredible, and I
It
don't
really
understand how
is.
it works, and I'm scared of it. And
Just moisture sensors.
I'm like an 80-year-old congressman talking about the internet. I don't understand it, and it frightens me. Like,
That was a good joke.
Right. I had to go to shop class this year because they needed somebody to go to shop, and they're like, "You're a guy." Wow.
That's all that it qualifies.
Thanks. All right. I guess I'm going to shop now. And so the first day in there, the shop teacher's talking about, he's like, yes, the saw blade will stop. And if you make that happen, I'm going to be pissed because it costs $70 to replace the thing.
Replace the whole thing, 'cause
Yeah.
it
And I was
fucks
like,
that shit up, dude.
oh, yeah. He's like, yes, it works. No, I will not be happy if it does work.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were trying to cut a piece of wood that was too green, that it would drop the sensor?
Yes.
Interesting.
See, I could see how that would
Yeah.
trigger.
We
but-
talked about cutting green wood and this and that, and like if you screw up and you had done that, like he would have been pissed. But he had all of his stuff was dry, so it wasn't really a problem. But like if say somebody that I worked with went outside and found a stick and he wanted to cut it and went over to that saw and nobody was around, then that would have happened, and then I would have been like, I hate you.
more than I already do.
So much. What is it? It's not bittersweet. It's just sweet.
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 Yeah.
That's right. It's
Like,
delicious.
You're free of the wad.
free at last. Free yet. I mean, I feel like that has a different meaning in whatever it was originally from.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I'm gonna allow it.
I'm gonna
Right.
guess you feel the same way they did when they said it, though. so.
Liberated.
It's equal playing field. I get it. I
My
understand.
favorite was I wish I'd been recording when I was talking to his dad, because he was like, "Yeah, I'm finally free of him," and his dad's like, "No, he's free of you."
The dad is like,
Yeah, it was so funny because I didn't want
You
to
don't-
say it, but I was
You
like,
don't
"I
understand.
mean, he gets it."
You don't understand. You weren't
I-
locked in here with him. He was locked in here with you.
You wouldn't
I-
get that, would you?
I love the whole what is it? Loving puppets sexually rumor math
Oh
thing
my
that he brought
God.
up, where I was able to calculate that in the next 3 months, 460 people will hear this nonsensical rumor I've told one person about
Yeah.
that wasn't listening, and no
Right.
one knows about it.
So he had this one kid send a text to 3 people, and in his mind, he's Michael Scott pyramid scheming this.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
Because they're gonna tell
3
three
and then
people.
3 and then yeah, it's like the Wayne's World scene, and you
Yeah.
tell 3 people and you tell 3 people, and anyway, so in his mind, that's how it's gonna work. I don't know how he got to 460 in a town of like 40, but whatever,
Yeah.
good for him. So first thing we do is
People
he's trying
outside
to
the town will
find.
be talking about this.
He said that. He's like, no, in other towns they're gonna hear about this. I was like, nobody's gonna hear about it.
Nobody in this town has heard about it.
Nobody cares. So first thing he wants to do is go find the kid that sent the text. Well, that kid, I think he like went home for the day because we couldn't find him, and he's going around asking everyone. He's like, I'll just use his real name because I don't care. But he's like, where the hell is Johnny Barrett? Asking people, and nobody everybody's like, I don't know. And I was like, it's turning into like, you guys remember Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
It's just turned into Where the Hell is Johnny Barrett? It's a whole
Where
thing.
Where in the
hell
world
is Johnny Barrett?
Yeah.
Same thing, same exact thing. So we couldn't find him. And then we go in the gym and everybody's watching a movie because it was like movie day or whatever. And I see the kid that he was trying to start the rumor about. And Gabe's on the other side of the gym. And I was like, hey, go say hi to Gabe. And he's like, why? I'm like, just do it. Please go over to him. He's like, all right. And he walks over there and he's like, hey, Gabe. And Gabe's like, oh, hi. And I was like, what was that about? And Gabe's like, I'm pretending to be his friend. I'm like, why don't you just be his friend? Like, that seems a lot easier. No.
No, he likes puppets sexually.
He did something to me once, and I don't forget that. I'm like, dude, you've forgotten it like 4 times. Get over it
said
again.
It 4 times. I didn't want salmon.
I didn't want salmon.
Yeah, so.
Not even if he's on fire.
Yeah, so.
That's super funny. Like,
that's
no more.
It was Johnny Hopkins, Sloan Ketterman. We were blazing that shit up.
Exactly.
But you won at go-karts?
Oh, dude, go-kart day was the best. Tuesday, I volunteered to go on this field trip. And originally, it was going to be like 29 kids. And then I get there Tuesday morning, and the teacher's like, yeah, not that many kids are going. I was like, well, like, maybe 15? He's like, maybe. We got on the bus, there's 13 kids. I was like, this is going to be fucking awesome.
Even easier.
Yeah, so go down to Medford or Central Point, and yeah, just hang out at the go-kart place. And finally they were like, hey, will you go ride go-karts with us? I was like, if you guys want to lose, all right, here we go. And I fucking get out there and I just fucking take off. And next thing I know, I look back and the nearest person's like half a lap back, and I was like, y'all suck at this. And then I realize I'm catching the kid who is in last, and he realizes I'm catching him, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta do something. I'm like, you can't do anything. I'm better at this.
There's nothing you can do.
You're screwed.
It is over.
When we finally got off the ride, I was like, all of you suck, especially you, because I almost lapped you. He's like, I was trying to go faster. I'm like, you're bad at this.
You're bad.
And then later watching him, he's like, he couldn't pass anybody. I watched him race at least 3 times. He finally passed this one girl, and then he's yelling at her. He's like, yeah, I'm like that. And I was like,
You're like what?
Like, not last place for a second, because she passed him back.
Right.
Like, it didn't last very long. So
that old ping pong video on YouTube where the guy celebrates his point and then he freaks out. He's doing, how does it feel?
How does it feel to lose?
And then they like flip the score and it's 1-10. He scored
Right.
1 point. He's losing by 9 points.
who do you think you are?
I am like, that was incredible.
Wow. It was honestly, and then I get a call at 11:42, and I look at it and I'm like, why is Gabe's dad calling me? And he's like, hey, so we're up front. I was like, cool, I'm in Central Point. And Gabe's like, yeah, he's not there. Send Gabe in the school. He doesn't need me to come hold his hand to walk in the building. Send in the clown.
Send in the. Couldn't enter the school by himself.
Yeah. So that was my whole day, really. Like, I rode go-karts. I played $30 worth of arcade games. Won some. I got some Super Balls, the big ones. I was like,
oh yeah,
nice.
you gotta get the Super Balls. That's a sweet one.
It was 100 points. I had 400 points, so I got 3 of these. And then
Tootsie Rolls.
And then I got like a donut keyring, because River, I don't know why she's obsessed with like donut toys, but I'm like, she can have a donut keyring when she gets here.
There you go.
So, yeah. Winner.
Do not forget to give it to her.
I hung it on her door, so I will not.
I love that Jake's over here sitting just far enough away from the camera.
Like, his camera is so confused. It's like,
and he's like behind the arm of the mic or whatever. So it's just like blur, no blur, blur, no blur, blur, no blur, blur, no blur, blur, no blur. I was
fine. I'll move over here.
You were like sitting. It was like totally normal, and then you just started like leaning back, and then it was like blur. No, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah.
So like, where does
No.
your face
No.
start?
What
Yeah,
is
no,
love? And yeah, you, me, you, me,
Me. Amazing.
Good times.
Good times. Well, you know, these people, they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure you're checking out the video version of this podcast available on Spotify. But
See my
usually
sweet ass ball.
Look at his sweet ass balls.
You're gonna see Robin's ball.
You can see him. Show us your balls,
Both
Robin.
You see my balls?
You can see Robin's balls on YouTube.
Ball.
That's it.
Ball.
My show with Alex and Jake.
And
Freaking
Robin's
hashtag
balls.
Robin's balls.
Hashtag Robin's balls.
Featuring Doja Cat.
Featuring Doja Cat. The name of this episode is now hashtag Robin's balls. But
Dude, the
for
last
this
second game
episode,
winner.
This edition of my show with Alex and Jake. Good night, universe.
You know what? Go Ducks!
Go Ducks. You know what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. So.